What's up, YouTube? Knight's Edge here again. Got a pretty cool review for you here today, courtesy of none other than Mind of Milton. Y'all go check him out, man. That's his logo right there. New stickers. He's got some pretty cool new stickers out. Mind of Milton. He just passed 1,500 subscribers. Y'all go give him a sub if you're not already. Awesome dude. And I got a pretty cool knife collection, one of which is right here, Mind of Milton. He's going to stick around right up there for the remainder of the review. This one, I really have enjoyed my time with it. This is a pretty cool knife. This is the Null knives. Got the logo right there. Null knives Raiden. This is the first of the Null knives to come out. I'm reading off of the website right now. The God of Thunder and Lightning, we named our first knife Raiden for its striking aesthetics. Aesthetics? Is that how you say that? Sharp lines and versatile nature. Raiden combines all things great in a knife and is meant to be part of your everyday carry. We've captured lightning in a bottle here. All right, so that's the full description. Null knives. Not sure who the OEM is for these. If you know, let me know down in the comments, please. Definitely let me know that. Not 100% sure who the OEM is. Anyway, go ahead and do what we always do on a full review. We'll get out the tape measure, go through all the specs, size comparisons, weight, tip of the blade into the handle. You are looking at 7 and right at 7 3/4, maybe a hair shy of that. 3.5 inches from the tip of the blade to where the blade meets up with that handle scale right there. Almost what I would say is a full-size knife. It definitely feels like a full-size knife. And your cutting edge, if you measure like this, you're looking at 3 1/4. If you measure like this, you're looking at 3 1/8. Lateral measurement gives you a little bit different of a result, right? With a drop point, I guess. Harpoon drop point, maybe. I don't know. Let me know that in the comments too. Definitely. All right, so thickest part of the spine, you're looking at 136 thousandths. And behind the edge, I measure right there around where the belly's at. You're looking at around 25 thousandths behind the edge. And your handle thickness, you are looking at under 1/2 inch. Let's see, let's go for the thickest part of the handle, 473 thousandths right there. Put the calipers up here. All right, let's go ahead and we'll do some size comparisons. I'm going to move Milton right over here. Don't worry. He's still going to be hanging out just over here, kind of out of the way. I don't want to cut him, you know. I mean, you got to watch out for your buddies here. All right, Spyderco Paramilitary 2 right there. And your Spyderco knives para 3 compared to the Null knives Raiden. All right, so pretty dang close to the Paramilitary 2. A little bit shorter overall, and a little longer than the Para 3. So kind of in that in between those two category, whatever you want to call it. Cutting edge Paramilitary 2 got a little bit more than the Paramilitary 2 on cutting edge too. Doesn't have quite the forward choil on it, but that kind of flat cuts back into the handle there, which that definitely helps with ergos. I'll talk about all that here in just a second. That is your Demco knives 8020S. It's the full size American made Demco. If I can get these on here straight, that would be pretty cool. And that is your Demco 8020.5. Right, so right around the same size as 8020.5, maybe just a hair longer than the 8020.5, definitely shorter than the full size 8020. That is your NAFS Lander 2 and your NAFS Lander 1 right there next to the Raiden. Put those guys up. Put old Ben up here. All right, a couple more size comparisons for the channel. That is your DeWalt framing hammer. Of course, I know you guys are waiting on this. DeWalt framing hammer and your 8-inch USA made crescent wrench, right? That's it, man. That's really all you needed, right? Was the DeWalt framing hammer and the 8-inch USA made crescent wrench. I mean, if you're not comparing knives to that kind of stuff, what are you even doing? That is a roll of Scotch and things tape right there next to the Raiden. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll get a weight on this bad boy. If I can get my scale out without dropping it, that'd be pretty cool. All right, so let's see. I'm going to guess. I always guess on these. If anybody's still watching, I know that's fun to watch me get guesses wrong, but I'm going to guess 4.5 ounces would be my guess. Let's see how off I am. I am pretty off on this one, 3.8, so it's lighter than I thought. A little bit over the ounce and inch ratio that some people subscribe to or believe in or whatever, but 3.8 ounces, not incredibly heavy at all for a folding knife. I don't think anyway. And we'll get out the old blue jeans here. See what she does in the pocket. So that's what the Null Nas Raiden looks like if you were to put it in your pocket right there. And I definitely have done that. Pretty cool, smooth in the pocket. Nice milled titanium pocket clip, not deep carry, but by no means, you know, super duper shallow. That thing grips just fine. No issues there at all. Go ahead and get the flashlight here. Check inside for weight relief. Being as how I already did the weight, so got a little bit of weight relief going on, some milling, especially on the show side right there. All right. So put the flashlight up. Let's see what's next. Hardware check. Should have known that, right? All right. So this is a T8 that I've got on here. T8 body. That is mounted from the inside. Almost positive that's a T8, but it might not be. And your pivot, also a T8. And your lock bar insert, over travel for the lock bar, also a T8. It's a frame lock, by the way, guys, in case you guys didn't figure that out right now or by now. The thumb stud's not removable. Well, actually, it is removable. Everything's removable, right? But it doesn't have a Torx driver or Torx head on it to remove the thumb stud. It's kind of a bummer. I wish it did. That would be pretty cool. Really nice looking thumb studs, though. I like how they did that little kind of conical taper down there. That looks really nice. And also, if you look at it from this angle, if you ignore my dirty fingers from being at work all day, that is right there a perfect little spot for maybe like an O-ring or something like that. You know, another way to customize this awesome knife if you want to add something like that to it. Just a thought. All right, so that's it for the specs. Let's go ahead. We'll do ergonomics. Man, this thing is great in hand. It feels awesome. That kind of flat right there is awesome, man. It feels really good. You can get right up on the cutting edge with your index finger without going all the way over, and your thumb kind of nestled right there in that harpoon notch. That feels really good, locked in, solid, good to go. By the way, glistening in the light right there. That's a nice edge that Mind of Milton put on there. Black and blue, kind of cool little contrast with the hardware colors. All kinds of little details on this one. Nice backspacer. Look at the kind of cutouts in the backspacer. Super large cutouts. I really like that. It's definitely sits flush, kind of goes over and angles down like that. Kind of contoured scales right there. They feel really nice. No issues at all with the thumb studs. That kind of conical taper up feels really nice on your thumb. Whenever you're pushing up on the thumb stud, it just kind of whips out there really nice. Whenever you clear the detent ball, which is sitting right about there, pretty much a light shake shut, almost fall shut kind of action going on with this one. Makes a nice hard thwack whenever you open it. And you can also reverse flick that thumb stud pretty much with ease, which I for some miracle I actually did that whenever I was showing it off. That's kind of rare, but yeah, awesome knife, man. Overall I would say it's a really great knife. Bowler M390 on the blade still on this one. These are no longer available. Kind of a bummer. I wish they were. Definitely would be cool if they were still available. Maybe they'll do another run of them. I don't know. The version 2, this is a version 1, but they have version 1 and a version 2. And several different variants. The anode on this one looks really nice. I think that was kind of anode a little more blue, maybe by somebody, but maybe not. I don't know. They definitely come with a really nice anode, and I like that stonewash, man. That stonewash look on that compound grind looks really cool. Jimping up top right there for your thumb. Harpoon notch makes it feel just right at home. Feels really solid. Feels like a bigger knife, in my opinion, than what it is. You can kind of choke back like I'm doing right now with still having a 4-finger grip, and you can choke up, and it still feels pretty comfortable. So no issues there whatsoever. And the action, again, is great. You can also, check that out, you can use the front flipper. You can use that jimping right there to kind of front flip it. Indexing it is not bad at all. Maybe if you did that several times in a row would become a little bit painful thanks to those big jimping teeth. But no issues really as far as that goes. A lot of neat little touches again with this one. Look at that right there on that pivot. Like how they kind of milled that out. Got a nice little pattern going on the pivot right there. Single-sided captive pivot again, which is pretty awesome. The screws are nested down. That's pretty cool. I really like on the cutout or the lock bar itself. Access is not only really good, but look at that. They put a nice little kind of pattern, milled out a little pattern right there for your thumb on the lock bar. So that is very, very, very comfortable. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Overall, guys, this is an awesome knife. I'm going to put it on my most recommended knives playlist. Definitely would recommend picking one of these up. Probably had to do it on the secondary right now because they're not available in stock anywhere that I can find anyway. But who knows? It might make another run of them. That is my second Null knives I've ever handled. The Voodoo was the first, which is an awesome knife. Again, I have not handled anything that I did not like from Null knives, so that's a good thing. That is the Null knives Raiden overview, review, whatever you want to call it. I really appreciate you guys watching. And again, go check him out. Mine and Milton just hit 1,500 subs. Big congratulations to you, brother. If you happen to be watching this by some chance, awesome guy. And let me know down in the comments, Milton, if you're watching, who the OEM is. Let me know if you're not Milton and you know who the OEM is. Put it down in the comments. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all so very much for watching my channel. I really appreciate all my channel members, viewers, Patreons, subscribers, everybody. Y'all are awesome. Can't wait to see you guys in the live stream Saturday morning, 9:30 a.m. Central Time, right here live from the castle. Pretty damn cool knife. And remember, whether it's morning, evening, noon, or night, y'all stay sharp.